is monetize this. Cancel everybody. Everybody's been canceled. Aren't you sick of everybody? Aren't you sick of all the wrestlers? Cancel everybody. Every single wrestler apparently in the UK is a rapist or a molester or a pedo creep sniffing around for women. At least that's what we've gotten from everything we've learned from many of these people on Twitter. So either believe all women. I find it hard to believe. I gotta be honest. Sorry. Find it hard to believe that almost every single UK wrestler is some kind of pedophile creepo who follows women around. Stuff coming out left and right about all the UK wrestlers. Stuff coming out left and right about people that are now in the US who were UK wrestlers or US wrestlers. So either everybody is a scumbag psycho or somebody's not telling the truth in some of these situations. I don't know, man. Just find it a little bit weird, a little bit strange that everybody's a scumbag. Then again, maybe I find it completely not weird that everybody's a scumbag, you know? So maybe not. Maybe this makes perfect sense. Welcome to the members stream. I've been promising this for 2 weeks now, finally delivering today. A little bit late, so I super apologize for that. A lot of you guys are patrons, a lot of you guys donate live, and a lot of you guys go to the extra mile of becoming a member down below, getting the green logo, getting all the fun icons and stuff that you can do. So you guys deserve a little bit of a spotlight. Plus, this also, we're going to be doing these at least every 2 weeks, at least. So I want to be doing that. I want to say thank you guys. I'm sorry to some of the people who may come in and they're like, oh, man, I want to chat. But you got to do this once in a while for members. I have no sponsorships. Revenue is down. This has been one of the worst last couple months I can ever remember as far as many different things go. But also, we've had some great times, doing some great moments and some great stuff. But you know, every couple of weeks I want to do these member streams. So we'll be back to having the chat normal the next time. This is just an extra bonus stream today. In fact, I wouldn't even be doing this stream right now if it was not for members. So if we didn't have the members, I wouldn't even be doing this stream right now. I'd probably be doing some audio thing, or maybe I'd be playing Diablo since it's the last couple days of the season, or I'd be doing some other crazy research. So we are here as a bonus. So if you're not able to chat, hey, man, enjoy the show. You guys, I want to say thank you to anybody who watches, hits that like button, subs, and all that stuff. But this is an extra special one for the members. I got to give back. Sorry to the patrons. There's no way for me to unlock or gift you a membership. I wish there was. I would do that because you guys are already patrons. But on Patreon, I put up a post. So if there's something you want to say and you're like, I already spend $5 a month on Patreon, I don't have any way of saying anything on here, just comment it on Patreon, and I will read it out loud here. So let's start off. I'm going to be reacting to a lot of you guys. Obviously, Matt Riddle could be canceled. Looks like tonight there may be an alteration in SmackDown. Now, this could be done because of, number one, they want to not completely spoil the surprise of Matt Riddle showing up. Or number two, they want to cancel Matt Riddle because of what's going on. They don't want to debut him with all this going on. They need to investigate first, which would be the proper thing. But we know that WWE in the past has never really made the right decision with a lot of these things. So, but with these things, it seems like they do. They don't mind making the wrong decision or the harsh decision right off the bat when it comes to somebody new or somebody they don't care as much about. Look at Enzo Amore. Believe all women. Enzo Amore. Believe all women, unless it's Enzo Amore, then they lied, but whatever. But if it's Joe Biden, don't believe all women. So you believe all women unless it's Joe Biden. If it's Joe Biden, hey, man, he's great. If it's Trump, he definitely raped everyone, which he may have. Maybe he did. He probably did. These guys are all creepy. All these powerful men, they're all creepy. Guys are creepy. Guys are creepy in general, all right? Bobby Fischer from down the street at the trailer park is creepy, all right? Like, Trevor Jones, like your friend down the street at the apartment buildings, who doesn't have a lot of money, has that male confidence to hit on women. So imagine what it'd be like to be a guy if you had millions of dollars, like, Trump or Biden, Biden or anybody. You'd be like, you'd be sniffing you'd sniff little girls in front of the cameras is what you'd do. But anyway, believe all women, so everybody's screwed. Until later on when it's proven that it was false and you're fired like Enzo Amore, but who cares anyway? But that being said, there are a lot of women with a lot of real stories, and you still should be able to come out and discuss something if it's a real problem. I find some of the stories are kind of pathetic. They're just like stupid incidents. Like worse stuff has happened to me. I've seen worse things happen to so many people. This is sort of just weird, like human behavior. You sort of chalk it up to like youth and immaturity, and it's not really a crime, and it's not bad. It's just sort of people being a little bit human, horny. I don't know what you call it, but it's not a big deal. Then there's some stories that are like, man, that sucks if that guy was really like that. It kind of sounds like he's an asshole. Okay, he's an asshole. And then there's some stories where then you start to get into the areas of like, ew, like that's wrong what he did. That's really wrong. And then you get into the, wow, that's a crime. You know, there's a few of them that are like, oh, that's a crime if that's true. So apparently the rumor is Matt Riddle is maybe seeking legal counsel. I would sue the hell out of people if they were coming out with stuff that wasn't true. Like this. And if I was him and if I missed SmackDown tonight because of this, I'm suing people. I can't believe Enzo Amore didn't sue people. I would have sued the state. I would have sued everybody. I don't know if I was Enzo Amore. Maybe Enzo Amore is a better person than me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even one for suing. I don't even like that stuff. You know, I basically save all the legal stuff in a folder, and okay, if someday I need to use all this, I got it all here. But I don't want to get into it. But damn, man, I don't know. If I was Enzo, I might sue people. Anyway, to the members chat we go. Wandy's playing The Last of Us 2. Man, what's up to The Last of Us 2? How's that game going? I heard it was an SJW nightmare of a game. So I didn't want to even mess with it. So I guess maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Let me know how that game goes because, man, I heard it was just an SJW nightmare, but, you know, maybe that's all just hype crap. I don't know. Maybe it's a great game still. I know the first one was so good, man. The first Last of Us was so good. So I really hope that Last of Us is good. AJ Adams, I'm playing Killer Instinct. That's cool. I guess no more shooting. Come to the ceiling. Yeah, you don't want to do that anymore. What's up to Mox MTG? What's up, dude? Hector Gutierrez, Muhammad Abdel, MWM dropped a super chat. We'll play that in a second. What up, Beersy? How you doing, Beersy? To the villain, yo. What's up, villain? Travis Banks to NXT UK. A woman spoke out. Only thing I got from it was that he had a girlfriend when they had a consensual sex. Bad person, yes. Haven't seen anything else but that. That's not a predator. Travis Banks. A woman spoke out on him. Okay, yeah, so he cheated on his girlfriend. Great. Women cheat on guys all the time. Guys cheat on women. Women cheat on guys. People do that stuff. That stuff happened to me when I was younger. You know, now I've been with my wife for 13 years. Can you imagine if I'd been with my wife for I married her a couple of years ago, but you know what I mean? If I'd pretty much been with her. But I mean, can you imagine the last 3 years that I've been married? You know, that something came out from 20 years ago. Like, they were like, oh, you know, it's just like pathetic what everybody does. It's very weird. People are bizarre, okay? People are bizarre online and whatever. It doesn't make them a rapist or a predator or something like that. Just because some people flirted online, even if the two were married, and even if people are married and a guy gets drunk and starts flirting with someone in a text, you know what I mean? Then you share the text and it's really just not that big a deal. And you're like, he's a predator. He's a scumbag. He tried to use. So that means any guy in wrestling now, if you tweet or message a girl or start talking to a girl, that means that you're a predator because you're using your position of power. Oh my God, you're using your position of power to influence women and to harass them or to trick them into things. Like what? So if you have any kind of position of power, like even if you are the manager of a store, like, I mean, like, what are we doing here? So I don't know. But I guess the point is I'm sort of separating two things. We're talking about these sort of random groupie type girls. This is more about women in wrestling, right? Women in wrestling. So, you know, like they're using their position of power as a wrestler and their status to sort of be like, yeah, you better, you know, play ball with me or fucking you ain't gonna wrestle here. You know, I know the owner, you know, that type of thing. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how somebody in the lower tiers of the UK NXT scene has much power over people, but some of the stories, it makes sense in some of the independent scenes, like how they had, power in the independent company in a way, or influence there to book wrestlers or book women. So there are some of these that are valid. I want to make sure that we say that over and over again, that I want to make sure that you understand that out of 4 of these, one of them is usually valid and worrisome. And then there's a bunch of other things that are gray, and you may, it's just morally weird, but it's nothing that bad. It's just a morally sort of devoid thing. MWM 2 times, man, thank you for the super chat so much, dude. $9.99 coming in from him. They will play. I just haven't turned them on yet, so I'll turn them on. Cornette saw your wife's Twitter. You can't deny it now. Cornette, I saw your wife's Twitter. You can't deny it now. Yeah, I saw her. She's hot. Hacksaw dropping a Leah emoji and the turkeys. Thanks, Hacksaw. Gorilla Strong is in the house. Hi, Gorilla Strong. Awandi is in here. AJ Adams. Jimmy Havoc verbally abused, really? Jimmy Havoc verbally abused. Yeah, they're going after Jimmy Havoc for verbally abusing or being verbally abusive. Or
Super Chat Party.
I mean, he is. He's a filthy mouth Brit.
Travis Banks of Chickle Woman spoke out. Only thing I got from it was that he had a girlfriend when they had consensual sex. Bad person. Yes, haven't seen anything else, but that's not a predator.
Yeah, some of these other things, there are there's sort of like people being a little bit conniving and weird, but it's like, to me, like, I've just always seen guys as weird like this. Guys just do this weird stuff. I guess the double standard is, so you're allowed to be creepy and sort of like use your position to like intimidate other women wrestlers, but yet all the women get called ring rats all the time, so I understand that. Women just get called ring rats. Oh, you're ring rat, and guys can just run around, kind of strong-arming these female wrestlers. So I understand the danger of it, no doubt about it.
We have a new member of the JCS Army.
You didn't do it, Heartland Newsfeed. You didn't go and become a member. Oh, my God, Heartland Newsfeed. Thank you, Heartland. And I'm sorry, by the way, to anybody else. We haven't done a members chat in a long time. I'm supposed to do one every couple weeks. We are doing them. So I really do apologize to some of the new people watching who can't chat. I am sorry about that, guys. But you got to understand that I got to fund the show some way. So every couple weeks, once every couple weeks, we're going to do these member streams just to get the members out there. So I appreciate you bearing with me.
We have a new member.
Yo, King.
Of the JCS Army.
Plus, I can respond to the chat a lot better this way and whatever. I suppose that if I went live regularly, the donations would be the things that come in more. But, the donations are on, though. If you want to drop them, they're there. And if you're on Patreon, you can drop one on the question. Thank you, King K88, for becoming a sponsor, a member, whatever they call it now on YouTube. Much appreciated, King. Thank you, dude. Thanks, man. So, yeah, we'll go back to the chat here and check out what everybody's saying.
We have a new member of the JCS Army.
It's lighting up now, son. It's lighting up now. Alberto. Yen. What's up, man? How you doing? Just having some coffee. I'm waking up a bit. I was tired. I was doing all this stuff earlier. I'm still working on the house, still working on the office here. I've cut the corner and I've set it up so that there's going to be a door. So the next time it rains, I can open the door to look and see what's going on, but the floor can be covered. So it's complicated, stupid, but I don't know. It's kind of a wild thing. Alberto, thank you, man. Welcome to the JCS member army. Let's go down to... There's King. Thanks for becoming a member, King in Heartland. AJ Adams is good. I'm glad Walter wasn't named. Yeah, AJ Adams. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, whatever. I mean, dude, they might as well have named everybody at this point. To me, they might as well have just named everybody. I don't care. I don't even... there's so many people named, I almost don't... I hate to say you don't believe things, but there's so many people named, it's hard to believe it. You know what I mean? It would have been better if, like, 1 or 2 people were named and then they went into that and figured out what was going on and we all could focus on what was going on. But instead, speaking out everywhere over everything is just convoluting the whole thing, making people think it's not believable. So that's just a fact of, human nature. Human nature is a lot of people are just kind of rolling their eyes now, like, oh my God, give me a break. So they made a mistake. People made a mistake by doing this way. It would have been better if it had been, one at a time or that sort of thing, because then you could have looked at everyone, the mass population of everybody could have looked at everything and kind of decided what they wanted to believe or think. And instead, it's just all rolled out at once, and a lot of people are kind of like, ugh, I don't know if I believe that or whatever, I don't know, man. But I do think it's important to stick up for the women if they are in trouble. But some of them, it just seems like it's ridiculous. The Matt Riddle's wife is livid with this chick saying that this girl's a stalker and a liar and a weirdo, and Matt Riddle may seek legal counsel. Hey, Matt Riddle, pay back a bitch. What up, Beersy? I got your back, baby. Thanks, man, for having my back. I don't know against what you have my back against, but...
You want to finish it? I will finish it.
Statistically, at least one of those women are lying or extremely exaggerating what happened, says Muhammad Abdel. I mean, one of them out of there's 60. Example is Enzo. I mean, Enzo was a single case at the time that happened. I think he was one of the only wrestlers affected by the Me Too movement at the time. And it turned out that it was wrong. Because what happens is when one or two people come out about something and they tell their story about something, then all these other people come out like, oh my God, it happened to me. And then people start seeing people are getting attention for stuff. And then people just start coming out with the smallest little stories to try to paint somebody, or they just make stories up, and then you get a lot of lies. So I'm willing to bet, from what I've read about 30 or 40 different situations here in the past couple days now, or past 24 hours. I'm willing to bet, from what I can see, 40% of them are not a big deal to me at all. I read them and I go, wow, you're a wuss. You're a pussy. I read 40% of them and I'm like, that's just garbage. I read 20% of them and I'm like, that's nothing. But the 30% of them that I'm reading, I'm like, all right, these are weird and this should be looked at. And then about 5% of all of them are criminal. So you're like, okay, that could be criminal, what I'm reading. So that's really the answer. It's not don't believe any of them, It's not that. You don't just don't believe any of them. That's crazy. You don't just do that. And it's not believe all women, because we know that that's bullshit. Because if you were to believe all women, that's what they said when Enzo was accused, and he didn't do anything. So believe all women, my ass. But don't believe any of them? I don't believe. That's ridiculous too. What are you talking about? Don't believe any of them. What if they were your mother or daughter? You know what I mean? We should not. It's not. See, people got it wrong. It's not. They're all just attention liars. That's not the answer. And it's not believe all women. It's neither one of those. The answer is take every accusation seriously. That's the logo. That's the slogan. That's the real slogan. But nobody will say the real slogan because everybody loves witch hunts nowadays. Everybody loves destroying people nowadays. Or everybody loves just dismissing stuff that's terrible these days. Whatever it is. Cognitive dissonance, somehow, you're doing it. Take every accusation seriously. That is the real motto. Investigate every situation. Take every accusation seriously. Investigate the situation. Is there a crime? That's it. If somebody is a moral degenerate and it's repeated constantly for years and years and years, okay, then that's something too I would get into. Okay, this person has repeatedly used their power and repeatedly hurt people behind the scenes morally. Maybe it's not a crime, but what they're doing is super morally horrific. But if they just did it one time years ago or a couple times years ago when they were younger or something, I don't care.
I'm from sexual transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Here it comes. Here comes Tommy.
I'm from sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
There he is. Look at what he's done to Crystal.
Nobody gave my boy Enjo the benefit of the doubt. Man was fired and forgot about in a heartbeat. When he was proven innocent, nobody apologized and said he deserved to be fired anyway. So I say fuck 'em all. If you got accused, I'ma just say you did it.
Aggressive urinator JD, thank you for the donation. And you see, that's how dangerous. And that's why all of you should be ashamed on yourselves. All of the women, all of the men, you should all be ashamed of your fucking selves. Because of you, you're dumbasses. And you went there and accused Enzo Amore of all this stuff. And I watched it. I watched white knight simps calling Enzo Amore a scumbag. And I watched women with blue check marks attack Enzo Amore as if he was the freaking devil incarnate. Did they go ahead and apologize to Enzo Amore afterwards when he didn't rape a woman? No! He was fired from WWE. And guess what? Because all of you didn't come out and say, we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then even goddamn Enzo Amore did the right thing. That little Italian prick fuck, he did the right thing. He said, I'm concerned about how this is going to affect the movement of women who really were abused. He goes, don't let this stop you from coming out if you're a woman and something happened to you. Don't let what happened to me stop you. These things really still happen, and I'm worried about the people that are assaulted and abused. Don't worry about me. That's what Enzo said. You talk about a fucking man. I am sick and tired of people burying this guy Enzo. I'm not even the biggest fan of like his personal stuff. I don't even know. I don't even like a lot of the stuff, whatever. But the bottom line is that is a goddamn man. The guy comes out and says, I know that, you know, whatever, fucking, she lied about this, my career's ruined, everything's fucked. But I'm worried about the women out there that are really abused. I want them still to come out. Don't let this shit mess it up. But it did mess it up, unfortunately, for a lot of people. I'm seeing it on Twitter. Guys are pissed. All guys. White guys, black guys, everybody. This is why the
What else we got? Oh,
the
a little bit of the bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Guilty till proven innocent nowadays.
It's like that, Nappy. Oh my God, Jesus. What the hell? This is why you get white guys and black guys fighting with each other. This is why some white people will say Black Lives Matter, and it's a great thing. I want to support my black friends and stuff like that. But there's a lot of white people who are like annoyed because they're always blamed for stuff. They're seeing themselves blamed everywhere. Karens, even though remember the Karens, you want to get fecked to death? That lady's last name is Hernandez. Remember that Karen? Oh, she's a crazy white racist. Her name is Hernandez. Why is her name Hernandez? Is she Hispanic? Her name, this lady.
I play games where you get fucked to death.
I play games where you get fecked to death. Her last name is Hernandez. What the hell is her last name Hernandez for? How is she white? Remember when it was like, oh, the white racist guy killed Trayvon Martin? His last name is Zimmerman. Isn't he half Mexican? So there's guys out there now that are defensive. There's white guys out there that would have jumped on, hell yeah, Black Lives Matter, I'm down. But now those guys are like, fuck this. I'm sick of being blamed for everything. Fuck you. There's guys out there like that now. So now you got white people angry and they're sick of being blamed for everything when they grew up normal and nice and they lived a tough life and they just respected everyone and they're not racist and they don't care and they just feel like everyone's shitting on them and they've been called a racist. You know, so now they don't care anymore. So you get those people fighting with these people and black people fighting with white people and you got women fighting with men and believe all women and you get what's her name? What's the lady's name who didn't want to go to AEW and she left AEW and she's like, I'm like Bailey, but I'm not Bailey. That girl, I find her enragingly annoying. I don't know what it is. I find her super annoying. I hate that girl. In fact, if you're watching, I don't care. Stupid. You suck. Go wrestle in TNA Impact, a dead company that sucks. She was like, can we stop using the word ring rat now, please? Oh, yeah? Can we stop blaming men for doing things they didn't do, please? How about that, you stupid idiot? How about it's not all black or white? It's not all, it's a lot of gray here. There's a lot of gray areas. I want to come out and I want to bash a guy if he did something terrible to a woman and it's really terrible and it's actually really bad. I want to come out and call that out. Let's go get him. But guess what? When a girl lies and ruins somebody's career, let's fucking call that out too. Otherwise, your movement is shit. Hey, Donald Trump's a rapist. He pissed on Russian whores, and oh my God, let's get him out of office. Oh my God. Oh, but Joe Biden's accused of stuff. Oh, it's okay, because, oh God, because Joe Biden likes black people as pets. No, fuck yourself, America. You're full of shit. How about they're both scumbags? How about you ever think that Trump and Biden are both scumbags? You ever think about that? No. Oh, we just hate Trump and Biden. Oh, it's okay. We'll believe all women except when it's me. Because I'm a Democrat. Bill Clinton raped a bunch of women in college. That was okay. Yeah, see how it works in America? It's a double standard pile of dog shit. All right? And then what happens is when you actually do something wrong, it gets fucking turned into shit.
I play games where you get fucked to death.
We've had enough of the bullshit in this country. I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm done with it. I've had enough of your bullshit lies. I've had enough of the BS. Give me the proof or shut the fuck up. Give me the proof, take him to court, call the police, or shut the fuck up. Give me the proof, take him to court, or call the police, or shut the fuck up.
Some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
This is why cancel culture is self-destructive. Can't believe how accurate Joe was when the allegations came out and how this would destroy the trust we have for real victims. This is why social media has ruined so many lives. Fuck double standards.
Exactly, Soundwave 92. Exactly. All of these scumbag liars have stripped away the actual credible accusations of somebody who is actually a victim. You've ruined the credibility for somebody who is actually a victim. Every single time you come out with a fake story or some story that's minor, trying to pretend like it was some major thing that happened to you, or when you lie, it ruins the credibility of somebody who was actually raped, assaulted, or mentally and physically abused for years. You ruin their credibility. That is sick. You are sick. You are disgusting. And chances are a lot of these people are like fucking 13-year-olds on Twitter just making stuff up. But the bottom line is you're disgusting. You're sick, and you're hurting that movement. You're hurting that support system. And you're ruining it because then you're making guys, cynical guys, go, I don't believe any of this. Oh, fuck it. Well, good job. Now, Pete Dunne has come out and tweeted in favor of a lot of this stuff. So that tells me there is something to this in some legitimate way. There is something to this in some kind of legitimate way because Pete Dunne is coming out going, go get him. I've been waiting for this. I've seen this for a long time, but I didn't know what to do. And now the women are coming out and Pete Dunne's like, shit, I seen this. So there's got to be something to it. There's got to be something to it. Why would Pete Dunne come out and do this? He doesn't, unless he, I don't know. I mean, is he the ultimate white knight? I find it hard to believe that a guy that is in such a position, a great position in wrestling in an NXT, sort of, although the guy should be on the main roster by now. The guy is like the new Owen Hart. I mean, legit. I've seen this guy wrestle. Pete Dunne wrestled the Velveteen Dream in NXT LOL. It was one of the best matches I saw all year. It wasn't televised, wasn't recorded. It was amazing. This guy could be a star. Opening up WrestleMania for an Intercontinental title or something like that. Totally could be doing that stuff. Him and Velveteen Dream for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. My God, WWE, make that happen. Pete Dunne, Velveteen Dream, Intercontinental title, hang it from a ladder. It'd be amazing. So why would this guy lie? Why would Pete Dunne lie about all this stuff and put himself out there in this? He's either the most ultimate white knight or he's seen some shit. He's seen some shit. Does that mean all these guys need to be murdered and fired and they're all like crazy rapists or something? No. But does it mean that there's some kind of weird systemic sort of background bullyish, gangy, like predatorial like thing building up in the UK? Maybe you got to keep an eye on that. So that's different. Dude, we need people to sort of police stuff. But it doesn't mean cancel everybody and you're done forever. Yes, the severe people that are really doing something wrong to women, absolutely get rid of them, right? But some of the people that are just kind of like sniffing around the bushes, you know, that's... Come on. Let's not be over harsh, you know? But let's look at every situation, individualize it. Get the proof, find out what's really there, and figure out what to do about it. This is like Adam Blampier. He was from the UK too. Remember, he was saying like, hey, honey, send me your tits or whatever. And then they were like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. But listen, I'm Adam Blampier. Like, you're talking to a king, man. I'm going to talk to some other chick. If you're not going to send me your tits, like, I think you look pretty and I want to see your tits. I'm all just making this up. This isn't exactly what he said or anything like that. But you know what I mean? And then they were like, okay, I felt pressured because he was a celebrity and I was just some girl on Twitter, and so he asked me, and so I did. I sent him my tits, and then he sent me his dick, and oh my God. And then Adam Blampier had to come out and be like, I'm sorry, I was a predator. I was terrible. That's not, what are you talking about? That's called human nature. That's called hooking up. That's called guys are horny, looking for tits. That's just, I mean, listen, it's morally, it's gross, right? It's weird morally and whatever. He had a wife, I think, or a girlfriend or whatever. Morally, it's weird, whatever. It's bizarre. But the fact that he came out and was like, I'm ashamed of myself and I'm a terrible person. I'm going to go away now forever. What? Why? The only person you should be apologizing to is your family. Your family, Adam Blampier. You didn't need to go away for 2 years and say that, people said you were a predator and disgusting. You're like, what? You're just a, like, dude, the new internet is so weird. You guys remember AOL AIM in 1998, in 2001, in 2002? Dude, I had guys sending me their dicks. They were like age, sex, location, and I was like, 16, Boston, what's up? And then they were like, oh, cool, I see you like Star Trek in your description or whatever on AIM, yeah. Your profile, you like Star Trek. I'm a big Star Trek The Next Generation fan. Oh, yeah, me too. Like, I watched da-da-da. Oh, cool, blah, blah. And then eventually the guy's like, hey, can I send you something in your email? Okay. And then they send me like a picture of like them in a Star Trek outfit, but like they're wearing no pants. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I'm sort of like a weird, like, I know what he's doing. I get it. Even as a 16-year-old, I understood what was going on. But I was like, look at that. I was like, I never seen Star Trek with no pants before, And then the next thing the guy says is, maybe you could send me a picture. And then I'm like, all right, I see what's going on. Listen, bro, I'm like 16 and I ain't into that. Like, I'm into girls. Well, maybe you just don't know your, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And you know what I say? Hey, dude, fuck off. Find somebody else. Well, listen, I would feel bad if we didn't speak anymore because blah, blah, blah. Whatever, blocked. And I move on. Am I coming out going, hey, fucking Ted 45 sent me these text messages back in the day, And by the way, when he started texting me, he didn't know how old I was, but then later on he did. I don't know. This was AOL like 2001 or something like that, or 1999, I don't remember. Stuff like this always throughout my life. I had this happen all the time. I was hit on by a gay guy or probably a sexual predator, to be honest. Now, nowadays, if I knew what I knew back then, I would have been like, oh my God, this is a sexual predator. And I would have maybe called the police or something like that. But back in the day on the internet, we didn't fucking know. You just kind of knew. But I was pretty tame. I was like, whatever, leave me alone, and I blocked him. But, dude, some other kid would be like, hey, fuck off, you fucking faggot, pedo, like some other kid from Boston. And then they would nowadays, though, you'd grab that name immediately. You'd Facebook it to, like, the FBI. You'd be like, this guy's trying to bang kids. Whatever. There's so many different things that happened to me when I was little. So I can imagine the stuff that happens to women. And that happens to women wrestlers. Oh, my God, dude, the women wrestlers. I love what's her name? And I'm going to get back to the chat in 1 second. I am going to get to the chat in 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I will get back to your chats in 1 second. Members, I'm waiting. I'm just going to last little rant here. Who's the girl? I love her. I think she's great. I think she's a little maybe SJW and whatever, but I think I really do I love this girl. She's been a great women's wrestler. Pretty good one in TNA and stuff like that. God, what's her name? Oh, my God. She's, what's her name? It's driving me nuts. Anyway, she's doing, somebody tell me in the chat and I'll read it and whatever. She's Asian. I don't know what type of background exactly from which part of Asia, but I can never figure that out. But it's driving me nuts right now. Oh shit!
We have a new member.
God, what's her name?
Of the JCS Army.
Yo, Sam. Hi, Skyrider F. What's up, Sam? How you doing, Sam? Thank you for becoming a member, Sam. What's up? I will be reading the chat in just 1 second, members. I'm sorry. And to anybody coming in just now, make sure you guys watch this whole episode because I think I've been on a rant now for about an hour. So make sure you watch this whole thing back from the start later on. And I'm so sorry to the people that want to chat that can't chat right now. I really apologize for that. but I have to do a members chat for the members here every couple weeks, and I got to pay the bills and stuff like that. I really apologize. I get like no money from Google AdSense anymore, so the only money and revenue I really get is from donations and members and Patreon. If you want to get on Patreon, 30 hours of bonus content a month. Mia Yam, that's who it is. Mia Yam. She's doing a series now on her YouTube or something like that where she reads DMs, creepy DMs from people. She blurs out their names and everything, which is very nice of her. Thankful to her for doing that, because a lot of those people are underage boys being gross or weird or whatever. You know how guys are. So I really appreciate that the women do put up with us men, because we are weird and creepy, okay? We are weird and creepy, okay, women? You know that. We're sorry. We should be better to you. You're the mother of our kids. You're our mothers. Boys need to be better on the internet. But boys are boys. A lot of younger boys have trouble at home, or things are going down you don't know about. And, the internet is kind of is make-believe to them. And it always was to me. The stuff that I did on the internet in the 90s, are you kidding me? Like, that's why I feel so bad when people now get in trouble for certain things. Swatting people, that is absolutely a crime and disgusting, and you could kill somebody. That is the worst thing ever. That's a horrific crime, swatting somebody. But sending someone a DM like, hey, show me your tits, whore. That's not nice, but it's, people are just stupid. You just fucking block them. Threatening people's families, that's not cool. People threaten my kids and send me the pictures of my kids. That's insane. Why the fuck do people do that? That's bizarre. That's going weirdly over the line. You're going to get reported to the FBI. It's a bad mistake. But, sending me a picture, sending me a DM like, Joe, your show sucks and you look like a unconnecting beard loser or something like that. Who cares? That's funny to them. It's kind of funny to me. I get it. I would have been a horrible person in the 90s. Thank God I didn't have this type of internet when I was 14 or 15. Dude, if I had this type of internet when I was 14 or 15, oh my God, guys, my life would be ruined, because I made so bad jokes. The jokes that I made were so bad. I'm telling you right now, thank God that the internet didn't exist when I was 14 or 15, because I was living with a guy who was drunk and abusive and crazy, and I was furious about stuff, and the only thing that made me feel better was just saying horrific shit all over the place. But, all my friends, not to my friends, but just on the internet, just talking shit, saying crazy shit to trigger things, you know what I mean? Just saying wild jokes, anything to make people laugh. It didn't matter. It was got to be the most horrific thing you could think of. Nowadays, you'd be called, insensitive, a racist, a homophobe, all these different things. And it's that is so far from the truth from me that it's insane. Have I said homophobic things? Yeah. Have I said racist things? Yeah. Have I made all these jokes? Yeah. I've done all these things. But do I actually feel that way about any of this stuff? No. Especially when I was a kid, I was just saying shit. And tons of other kids were saying worse stuff. The other kids in my school, if they had the internet nowadays, back then, oh my God, dude, the stuff that people said. But everybody loved each other, and nobody really hated anybody, and nobody actually bullied anybody. That's the thing, is nobody really bullied anybody that I knew or that I was around, but we said crazy shit. And we did crazy shit for laughs, to make everybody laugh. It was crazy what we did. And what everybody did. It was nuts. If you put that stuff on the internet now, your lives would be ruined forever. It'd be insane. So, I got sympathy for the women who have been really attacked and have gone through this stuff. It's horrific to try to come out and have some kind of support about it. This is the best time to come out, because you get the most support, because everybody's supporting it no matter what. It's also the most dangerous time, because people are now just feeling so comfortable that they can make something up and get away with it. If you came out by yourself making something up, it's all on you. So you're scared, oh no, if I make this up, they're going to figure it out because they're all looking at me. But if you throw it out there in the midst of all this other stuff, you can kind of get a little attention and fly, you know what I mean? So I get it. But so don't not believe anybody, and don't believe all women. Investigate everything. That's what it is. Investigate everything. That's what the science tells us. Okay. Anyway, Mia Yim roasting the people that DM her terrible things. Hilarious. I like it. I like it. Now you're going to get stuff on purpose, because people are going to want to be on your show, which is something that I did back in 2012 on this show. If you guys remember, anybody OG from back in 2012 or 2013, you guys remember I used to read hate mail. I used to read the hate mail. It was great. Remember the one time that guy said he was going to kill me and he was going to murder me? And so then I read the hate mail on the air. And then I said, well, you made a big mistake saying you're going to murder me because I have your IP address now that you emailed me. And I know where you live. And I named his state. And then I said, and then I kind of like named something else that was sort of a clue and scared him. And it, it ended up being like a 14-year-old. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm like, dude, I'm kidding. It's okay. Don't worry about it, man. I was weird when I was 14. You're good. But he was writing like, I'm going to kill you and your family and all this stuff. And I'm like, Jesus, okay. Let me just read this here. He's going to kill you, your family. And then that guy must have been pissing his pants when I said, oh, I know what state you're in and I know this other stuff too. And by the way, your house is blue. And he probably was like, what? Oh my God. You know, and it was so funny, but it was terrible. But it was a good lesson because you got to be careful. I'm Joe Cronin. I would never do anything to anybody, and I'm a, you know, I have 3 kids of my own. People make mistakes, you know, and I would too if I was his age. So I was like, nah, man, I would never. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I know you're kidding. I didn't call the police or anything like that. You're fine. Don't worry about it. He's like, I really apologize. I would never do anything like that and whatever. Of course you wouldn't. You know, you're just messing around. I get it. That's what people do. You know, and people are, but why are they doing it? There's a lot of reasons. They're bored. They're in the house. Something in their life is not going well. And to entertain themselves, they do things like this. I understand that. That person probably needs human interaction and contact and love, to be honest. Probably. It's them reaching out to do something to create some kind of entertainment in their life, man. Or they're just kids randomly saying shit and didn't think about it. Who cares? Like, that happens. Of course. Let's go back to the donations. I totally get it, man. I'm there for you. I was very scared when I was younger, and I was very weird when I was younger. After my dad died, my whole life changed. All right. Am I okay? Alberto, thanks for becoming a member. I have zero confidence with women, says Mox MTG. Damn, really? Jesus. I believe some of these stories, but I don't believe all of them. You know, but it's not for me to believe. It's for these people to call the police or file some kind of thing. I don't know. Call it out in the indie companies. I guess that wasn't working. Maybe behind the scenes, going behind the scenes and saying, hey, you know, Biff, Chad follows me into the shower. You know that? Don't white knight. Don't overprotect. Don't make stuff up. But definitely protect the women. You know, the guys out there got to keep an eye out and protect the women, though. You know what I mean? Some of them are lying, but a lot of them aren't, and a lot of them are uncomfortable. Just be good to the women, you know? Treat them fairly. And there's a lot more men than women. So if a pack of guys forms and they start being like, you see the new trainee today? You see that chick Lisa who showed up? She's fucking hot, dude. I'm going to bang her. Like, oh, yeah, I'll bang her. Oh, yeah? Blah, blah, blah. And that's what, I'm sorry, guys talk like that a lot of times. You know what I mean? So that is where things, and you know, then there's this weird competition going on and the girl doesn't even know it, or then she does know it. She can tell it's weird. Like, dudes are like coming up left and right, like, and they're all betting on, like, hey, I'll get her first. I'll get her. And then they start telling everybody about it. It's a very, you know what I mean, guys? It's a very it's sort of a high school thing that carries over, but into the pro wrestling world. You can't really get away with it in the workplace as much anymore, because in the workplace there's so much stuff with like HR and things like that you got to be a little more careful. You know what I mean? If you're dating someone in the office, usually you're keeping it more quiet, or everybody knows, but whatever, you don't care. It's sort of less like the locker room than it used to be. But wrestling doesn't really have that. HR doesn't have that vibe. It's so you can, you know what I mean? You can kind of still, it's still that, they're still in the 80s or you know, 80s or back in the day where you can be like, yo, I banged her, dude, her fucking, this was huge, her tits were huge, like, she fucking, like, you should have seen her, blah, 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 like, you know, whatever, I'm gonna get her next or whatever. You know, these weird things, you know, or the girl is weird, or the girl is weirder to them, and then she's like, nah, and she denies 2 of them, and then they're all like, yeah, she's a cunt, like, fucking, what the fuck with her? And the next thing you know, they all don't talk to her, or they're weird to her, and then they start talking about how they like this other girl, and then that girl feels weird, and what does this have to do with wrestling? You know what I mean? So, like, that's how things can happen. I'm not saying that's what happened in these instances or any of these things. We're just kind of talking about how this sort of stuff can develop, right? So be careful. Well, you know, whatever. We've all heard the shit, man, in the locker room. I've been in a hockey locker room, and it's blown my mind, dude. I've been in a hockey locker room with guys that are all married, and then they start talking about the same girl that they all banged, and they're all married, though, and this girl isn't their wife, you know? And and these guys are like 38 and 45, and they got kids, and they're all like, yeah, my kids are doing this. My son started doing this, and blah, 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 and they're tying their shoes. And then they're like, oh, yeah, Samantha, that was that chick at the bar that time. Yeah, dude, she banged Trevor, dude, and then she banged me. She sucked me in the parking lot, bro. Oh, shit. Like, yeah, Murphy's wife found out about it. He's fucked right now. Oh, shit. Like, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, that chick was wild. She come twice. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I'm in the locker room tying my fucking hockey shoes, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where do I meet these girls? No, but you're like, I can't believe that there's like a chick who's banging the Friday night hockey team. You know what I mean? What? You know, and these guys are all like dads with boats and jobs, and they have like 3 kids, and they talk about their wives and kids sometimes. But now tonight they're talking about this chick that banged everybody, and there's more of them. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? So shit's crazy, man. But that's called humans. You know, and there's different stories here. In grades of this shit. Okay. Awani says, it's definitely divisive. Joe, buddy, what's up? Alberto, man, thank you so much. Las Vegas, baby. What's up in Vegas? I hope you guys do well. You guys are going to get, are you guys going to get hockey over in Vegas? I think you guys are getting hockey in the West Coast,
what else
right?
We got? Oh,
maybe I'm wrong.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. That's
Want
it.
some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, remember Tommy said that Leah's pussy should be cleaned out. With the cancel culture nowadays, should we cancel culture, Tommy?
You're right. That's true. He did say that my wife's pussy needs a cleaning out. That is that's a great point, Casey is raw. That is very creepy of Tommy to have said. No doubt about it. You know, but I've also got Leah saying this.
Hey guys, who wants to take turns eating up my doughy pussy? Who wants to take turns eating up my doughy pussy? Yeah.
Good God Almighty, monetized this a while ago was out of control, bro. But no, in all seriousness, you know, how did I get my wife's mouth to move like that? I'll never know. But yeah, you know, Tommy has made inappropriate comments towards my wife. So, you know, that could be definitely something we talk about. Let's play the clip.
Joe, Leah's pussy needs a cleaning out. Joe, Leah's pussy needs a cleaning out.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong, man. And it's so wrong that I need you. It's so wrong that I need abuse. It's a Stabbing Westwood song. Alberto, thank you so much, man, for upgrading your membership, man. You upgraded the membership. You're back here and you upgraded your membership. Joe, buddy, what's up from Las Vegas? Love you, buddy. AJ Adams, what would you say rough number of people that have come out with accusations? Right now, the number of people that I've seen, if I've started to add things up, is about 30. I've seen about 30 people come out with something. It looks more like 8 or something if you're just looking at Twitter, but if you start investigating and going to Reddit and all these other things, you find like 30 people, including even local here in Massachusetts, Brian Fury. Oh, the people coming out against him. Multiple women. 3 different people came out against Brian Fury to me about Brian Fury from New England Pro Wrestling Academy here in Massachusetts, Killer Kowalski School, a guy that I've been around several times. He's a straight edge type of guy, kind of like CM Punk, so I don't really know him that well. He's always seemed like a straight up great guy to me. I don't know. But he also kind of seems like he, you know, these straight edge people are always some of the worst offenders of all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know what's up with straight edge people. It's like a mentality of I'm better than you because I'm straight edge. But like actually they're like terrible people. So I don't know. I mean, look at CM Punk. He's saying AJ Styles is a racist. And a lot of people are like, no, he's not.
Delete Tommy. Deleted.
Delete. Casey is raw. Thank you, man, for deleting. Welcome to all the new subscribers, people that are hitting subscribe. Normally the chat is open for you guys, and you guys can always chat for always. But every couple of weeks, once every 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing these member hangouts. So next time I'm live, you guys will be able to talk in the chat. So I apologize to new people who are watching who are like, I can't fucking comment. What the hell? I'm sorry about that, but I'm just paying the bills here. That's all. I'm doing a stream today because of members, so I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for the people becoming members and that are members. So, by the way, tonight is Monetize This. Tonight is Monetize This at 11 p.m. D. Welsh is a 5-time champion, king of the wheel, D. Welsh. So will he win again tonight? Monetize This starts at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on my other channel, which is called Corrupted Nation. So if you guys want to be part of that messed up show, it's not wrestling, it's just chaos. So come on over to the chaos tonight. Everybody's going to be there for the party. Going to have lots of co-hosts, people jerking around. It's going to be crazy. Corrupted Nation, subscribe to that channel over there. Unless you are weak of, if you're offended by stuff, you don't want to subscribe. Do not subscribe to Corrupted Nation if you're offended by things. Or if you're a softie, don't do it. You will be offended. You will be angry. Don't come over there if you're offended by things. What's up to Nessa G? Muhammad Abdel. What else we got? I feel like I missed. I feel like I missed some things here. Joe, check your Twitter DMs. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Gorilla Strong. NW allegations made by pro wrestler Liz Savage on her Twitter account. Dave Lagana has resigned from his position effective. What the hell? Wow. Pursuant? What? Pursuant? I can't read that. 2 allegations made by pro wrestler Liz Savage on her Twitter account. And I'm an English guy, right? David Lagana has resigned his position effective immediately, as well as all production of NWA content is temporarily halted, pending a restructuring of executive management positions. Oh my God. Wow. 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 That is crazy. That is crazy. Wow. Crazy. That is horrible. That is wow. So the problem with David Lagana is the accusations against David Lagana are that he was Sam says liars. The accusations against Dave Lagana are that he was touching himself and rubbing a girl in bed with him. So, touching himself and rubbing a girl in bed with him. I don't know. Maybe he said, yeah, it happened to, maybe Billy Corgan reached out to him and was like, what the hell is going on? And maybe David Lagana was like, yeah, I woke up at night and was doing that, but I didn't know what I was doing or whatever. I was like having a dream and I was doing it, but it wasn't like I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it. And so maybe Billy Corgan was like, Jesus, bro. Or maybe Dave Lagana said, listen, I didn't do this stuff, but this is a mess and I'm leaving anyway. I'm going to be leaving NWA anyway, so. But dude, Dave Lagana, I think, was doing like everything. Dave Lagana was like doing the editing, doing the videoing, doing the crazy. He was doing like everything. It was crazy. Horrific stuff. So, the other stuff, Gorilla, I don't care about that. That guy's been saying that for like over a year now. It's crazy. That guy's been doing that for a year, Gorilla. He's been saying this stuff forever. That guy doesn't have a story. He's a crackhead. You know what I mean? So, he's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The guy's been saying that about me forever. I'm not really worried about him. He's a scumbag. He's a guy who like literally did crazy stuff. That guy. I'm not really worried about him. He's mad about all the crap. Heartland Newsfeed, thank you. John Wills, thank you. Sam Hi Skyrider, thank you. John Wills. What up, John Wills? Muhammad Abdel, thank you, Muhammad Abdel. What up to Sith Negan, too, in the chat, by the way. Sith Negan, how you doing, man? AJ Adams, everybody else. Just a crazy stuff. Yeah, he's trying to do. He's trying to group shit up. Yeah, I get what he's saying, man. It's all good. We have all the video of everything, to prove what really happened. If that guy wants to play around with that stuff, it's not a big deal. I'm not really worried about it. That people can do whatever they want. Nobody, what are you gonna do? He can't get his story straight anymore. Too many lies. Yeah, it's wild, dude. He's been saying like he was saying that for years. Ken's a racist, JB's a racist, I'm a racist, everybody's a racist. Everybody's a racist. You know what I mean? We have all the documentation of him saying stuff about other people's wives, other people's kids, other people's stuff, saying that everybody's a homophobe, saying everybody's a racist. This is what these people do. That's why I don't believe a lot of these people. Like this guy is a perfect example, Gorilla Strong. This is the type of guy. They stalk you for years saying stuff about you, and none of it's true. You know what I mean? It's just, this is what they do. It's their perception of it, whatever. But it's stalker mentality. It's years and years of stalking people. You know what I mean? Saying a guy's wife needs to, use her life, should live her life to the fullest instead of being a scumbag. What do you know about this guy's wife? Saying other people are homophobes, saying other people are whatever. Now he's jumping in during a woman's movement. Think about that, Gorilla Strong. Think about this guy attacking me during this, right? The guy who's attacking me about this. Think about that. A woman's movement of speaking out is going on right now, and he tweeted that out about me during a woman's movement. He decided to go to complain about me. Think about that. That's despicable. It doesn't bother me because I know what I am. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. I know what I am. You know what I mean? 40% of my audience is a minority. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me whatsoever. Anything that I ever did that really bothered people, I apologize for it already. So I don't need to go back and, figure out whatever. My black audience knows what I do and what I am. My black audience knows. The Hispanic audience knows. The gay audience knows. The LGBTQ audience knows. You know what I mean? How this show is and how everything is. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me because I know what I am. It doesn't, but I appreciate you letting me know. But what are you going to do? It's June, man. I got everybody's back. But I'm also going to joke. We've also joked about everybody forever. It's been crazy. But you know what? These women are coming out about this stuff happening to them, and of course this guy comes out like, "Oh my God, this is what happened to me." But I had a better joke with is basically my RySUCK tweet. It was pretty funny. But I think NWA is in trouble. After looking at this, I think they were already in trouble because I think that I would have thought that the COVID stuff would bother them less. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. NWA might be in trouble, though. I don't know what their finance situation is. They still have Billy Corgan. I don't know. I'm trying to look. Billy Corgan, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to look up more information on it right now because I'm caught way off guard by this. Caught way off guard by it. Huh. I don't know what the structure is. You got Billy Corgan. Oh, God. Huh. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the structure of this whole thing, and I can't really figure it out. WWE names Harry Ricard via the JCS Diddle Cave. Steven, thanks for this, Mr. Hilt. Jordan Devlin, Matt Riddle, Joe Coffey, Ligero, Wolfgang, Travis Banks, Jack Gallagher, Sid Scala, Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, Jake Hager, Justin Roberts, what the hell? Will Ospreay, Scotty Davis, Marty Skrull, David Starr, Joey Ryan, Bram, Jack, Sexsmith, and of course the who are the guys that were like, one of the guys was like just a Trump supporter or something on Twitter, and like they took him, he's done too. The Sons of the Forgotten something. Whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Whatever his name is, he's in trouble too. Diablo Season 21 in July. Damn it! Damn it, are you serious? Aw, man, I wanted it for my birthday, man. Villain, that sucks because the season's ending in a couple days. We're going to have like 2 weeks of downtime. That sucks. Dutch Mantel would be a great replacement for David Lagana. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You're right. We're all racist, says Awandi. Yeah. That was like when someone said that I was... Remember someone said I was racist to Muslims? I'm like, I love... What are you talking about? All my Muslim listeners will tell you that that's not true. I have made jokes, though. So it's... We could march the Muslims out to on the show, and I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care. I don't care at all. We could literally... Like, none of it bothers me because I know it's not... I couldn't care. Comedians make jokes. If you call that something, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Look at my potato-eating cracker beard, you know? Damn, I don't know, bro. I'm torn because I seen both sides of this, and my family ended up passing a lie detector test and didn't actually do anything wrong. Wow, really, Sam? Jeez. Sam, that's crazy. I mean, that's the thing is some people it's legitimate and some people it's not. You know, that's just the fact of a lot of this stuff. I believe it started with David Starr. Yes, Daryl Stoltz. This originally had started with David Starr in the UK and some other things. Now Ospreay and Marty Scurll involved in this. What the F is happening? Yeah, Marty Scurll and Ospreay have been named and all kinds of stuff. You know, they're all worried about them. See you, Nessa. Awandi going off for some hangings. Joe, please check. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's go down some more. What the F? Wow, what up, John Wills? All right, back to the live chat. The NWA is in trouble now. Yeah, they probably are. Every couple months, the NWA has to fire somebody or resign somebody or apologize for something. Unbelievable. Awandi says, we love racist jokes. Doesn't everybody until they don't. I got killed on my own Twitter about the subject of my donations. Oh, AJ Adams. Yeah, I bet, man. AJ Adams is crazy. Well, we had a guy donated some of the most horrific stuff. He was a black guy. He donated some crazy stuff, and then he got yelled at one time from all these people, and then he's like, I'm black, so I don't know where you're... He had to make a video to show that he was black, too, and then they were like, oh. He's like, yeah, what are you going to do? Oh. It was crazy. I remember that guy. That was a wild time. But this is a wild time, man. Some of these things are terrible. Some of these things are without merit. Some of these things are with merit. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think we all know why Kylie Ray left AEW now. You think so? Maybe. Could be. Shit, man, stuff is crazy. I'm trying to find more stuff on it. They're really shutting down NWA. Yeah, man. I'm looking at some information I got from Chad. Let me see. Famous B will be on Monetize This tonight. I don't know what he's doing right now, but Famous B will be with us tonight on Monetize This. So I don't know what he has said about it. No, I don't know. But I do know he's going to be on tonight, I think, on Monetize This. You never know. Something could come up, but we should have Famous B with us tonight. You know, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff last time. Me and Famous B's podcast is up from a week ago. That was a lot of fun with Famous B. We'll have more of them coming, but I think he'll be on tonight. So we should be hearing from the famous one, Famous B, tonight. We'll see. We are doing a members chat. Bram was Charlotte's husband. That's right. Yeah. You're definitely racist to Muslims. Wake up, Awandi. That's terrible. What up, man? Marty Skrull is done. I haven't really read the Marty Skrull ones yet. I don't know, because it's all so uncomfortable. I get anxiety reading about these things. Like, I don't know if you guys do, but I get anxiety reading about all these things. It's so weird. Whatever happened to Kylie Ray? Who is she working for? Impact Wrestling. Kylie Ray is Impact Wrestling. Kylie Ray is Impact Wrestling. By the way, when you speak out, you're supposed to speak. The speaking out is supposed to be. The speaking out is supposed to be about, these bully situations and women's situations in, I think, in wrestling. I don't think it's supposed to be about just like hating on somebody, but that's really weird. Taylor's is no longer. Breonna Taylor's name is no longer trending, and the police that murdered her are still free. The Breonna Taylor stuff is horrible, dude. These cops, they basically, barely charge them with anything. WWE reportedly just bought Evolve Wrestling. That's another story that's going down. WWE reportedly buys Evolve Wrestling. Unbelievable. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Tonight is Monetize This over on Corrupted Nation. Come on over there, and we will talk about it. And I will see you tonight live on Corrupted Nation. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here.